Hello everybody, and welcome back to Odin's Movie Blog. I am the critic who is a cynic, and oh boy, our good friend, our dear old friend Chuck. Good old Chuck right here with the giant hatchet and the beard. I do appreciate the beard. As a bearded man myself, I must say that I do really appreciate that beard. That is a wicked beard right there. I do appreciate that. But I have now succumbed, as many other people have, to the blockage by Mr. Chuck Wendig, who apparently has written several books and is a New York Times bestseller author. I feel like they give that title to a lot of people. But anyway, he has now blocked me on Twitter, and this now adds to the second person who's blocked me on Twitter. The other one is Ava DuVernay, who also decided just to shut down any conversation with me whatsoever. I was asking her legitimate questions, and she decided, instead of engaging with me, to block me instead. And looks like Chuck has done the same thing here. It's nice that he has that little verified account, though. Someone who will, not engage in discussion with anybody, but we'll just block them instead. But luckily, hey, guess what? I got to take some screenshots of some of his comments before he blocked me, so that's really nice. So let's start off with this first one. So this is one where he goes after Ethan Van Sciver here. He says, "Ugh, one of those comic gate turd farmers did some video about me, and now I must flex my block hand. Ethan Van someone? JFC." I don't really know what all that's supposed to mean, but I do think it's funny that he says he needs to flex his block hand. Like, does it... I don't know why you would have to flex something, seeing that you use it every single day. I mean, this is a guy who literally blocks people left and right every single day. I'm constantly getting tweets about this, about how people are either not blocked yet or have just been blocked, and... I mean, is that all this guy does? He just puts on these crazy, absurd tweets and then just blocks anyone that disagrees with him? I mean, I honestly just don't get it. I really don't understand it. What also is really bothersome to me is this had 81 likes. 81 people liked this. 81 people liked that he was just name-calling people instead of actually engaging in conversation with them, and then took pride in the fact that he was blocking them, not engaging in conversation. Yeah, 81 people. 81 people thought that was really good. All right, let's look to the next one over here. All right, so this was, again, part of the rant. I didn't get all of the rant because it was just too much to unpack there, and I personally try to avoid some of the ruder comments that he says there, but let's look at a couple of these. He says, "Their names change, MRA, Incel, Gamergate, Comicsgate, Sad Puppies, real Star Wars fans, but at the heart of it is the same fragile rage born of this poisonous chemical combination of white supremacy and toxic masculinity." Oh, there it is right there, guys. And again, 1.4 thousand people liked this, and 292 people retweeted it. This is actually sad. This is really sad that there are these many people out there who will actually do this, who will actually like a comment like this, where he is calling people, anyone who brings legitimate concerns, who brings up legitimate box office concerns, storytelling concerns about Star Wars, and, oh, but they're all white supremacists and they're born of toxic masculinity. Okay, well, how about you tell that to the several women who have been outspoken about this very topic, and all the other people of various races and denominations who have talked about this as well. I mean, go over to World Class BSers. I mean, that's about as multicultural as you can get. And yet, oh, I'm just going to ignore that. I'm just going to ignore that and just assume that everyone is the same, throw everyone in under the same bus, and just say, oh, yeah, they're all white supremacists and toxic and they're born of whatever this means, toxic masculinity. This is a term I've seen a lot lately, and I honestly just I don't understand it. So third, it's what's at the herd of all what? Third, it's what's at the herd. Okay, that doesn't even make sense. It's what's at the herd of all this weaponized aerosoled horse crap, yes, censored that, is sexism and racism. It's sphincter-stung white dudes who are so tender, so brittle, they cannot hack that the world is now only 90% about them instead of 95%. Are you kidding me? This guy is saying that he's trying to talk about people who are being critical of Star Wars, and yet he's throwing them all into this absurd... I mean, does he even understand what he's saying right here? He's saying right here, who are so tender, so brittle. This is coming from the guy, remind you, this is the guy who blocks people on Twitter. This is a guy who cannot even engage in discussion with people on Twitter, and yet he is calling out other people. He is calling out people who are just talking about Star Wars, who are just, putting it out there saying, hey, this is how I feel. And yet, no, we're the ones who are part of this toxic masculinity and are racist and sexist and are tender and brittle. I mean, are you kidding me? And again, 805 people liked that comment. Wow. that says a lot right there. But this one's the best for me because this is the reason why I got blocked. And actually, I was able to screenshot it before I sent it because I didn't know how long it would be before he ended up blocking me. And so he says right here, obviously, I just block. I don't engage, but interesting. Also, I don't, that also makes no sense either. Also, I don't know what it's meant to do exactly. Troll me with a sentence I wrote. The logic isn't clear. Well, the logic, it really isn't clear about why you just shut down discussion. This is literally the comment. This is the comment. Again, I sent him 2 tweets. One was a questioning of why do you keep blocking people instead of trying to block discussion? And then this one, I said the same thing. Why don't you engage? Do you just hate having good and thoughtful discussions? That's an honest question. He could have easily said, the response he probably has is, well, I will only engage in discussions with people who aren't racist or sexist, which, again, is just totally, this guy. Good old Chuck. Well, you know what? I can tell you this. I cannot wait for his next book to come out because the comment section on that is just going to be fun for one thing, but also it's just not going to make any money. If this is how he's going to talk, if this is how he's going to treat people, if this is how he is going to, quote-unquote, engage with people on social media. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand people who might curse him out or attack him personally, not engaging with them. That I can understand. But blocking people who are just literally asking a question, why don't you engage? Do you just hate having good and thoughtful discussions? I don't understand why this is blocked. I don't understand why this is worthy of being blocked. And I'm the same way. If someone comes to me and they don't agree with me, I respond. I engage in conversation. Again, that's something that I always try to be very clear about on this channel is that I want to engage with every person. I want to talk to and have a discussion. I love doing this. And he made this comment in another tweet where he says, oh, it's just a bunch of people who are being paid to be, etc. I'm not being paid. I do this on my own free time. I am not being paid to do this. So I mean, there are so many other channels out there that also are not monetized, that are not getting paid. We do this because we like having discussions, we like talking about this, and because we actually care. We care about this. Now, you can criticize us for caring about something that might seem so minuscule because, again, I've even admitted that, yes, there are so many other important things in the world, but we can't just take away that this means a lot to some people, that this is the escape that some people look to deal with what's going on in our world. Because, again, there's so many people who are in so many terrible situations, and sometimes it can be something as small as even Star Wars. And again, I say small, but, obviously we know how large that is, but even something like Star Wars can be just enough, can be that one thing that pulls someone out. And so, yeah, we're going to be vocal about this. We're going to be vocal about people like you who are going to try and tear down people for just trying to engage in discussion as you tear down an entire group of people who you don't even know. You obviously don't watch that Star Wars girl. You obviously don't watch World Class BSers. You obviously have no clue about the diversity of opinions and backgrounds that takes place. But again, for someone who likes to flex his block hand, I guess that makes a lot of sense, And also, it doesn't help that, yeah, this is the current estimate right now. So Solo only made $8 million on Friday. Yeah, so this is not looking good. This means that this film at this point is probably only going to make $400 million. And again, as I said, I'm going to make a video on this on Monday when we actually get the official weekend numbers for the foreign and domestic market. But it's not looking good. But yeah, keep on blocking away, Chuck. And yeah, don't worry though. We have so many accounts out there. We'll be able to get copies of every single tweet that you send and all of the craziness that's a part of it. And again, I don't want to be saying these things. I wanted to engage in a thoughtful discussion with you, but you decided to block me instead. So thank you, Chuck, because you are now helping the people that you claim to hate and you claim to be trying to tear down, because all you're doing is helping them get views. And again, that's a really nice beard. I will say that. I will say that is a really great beard you have there. Again, as someone with a beard myself, I appreciate that. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this, please give me a like or subscribe. And please also go check out Chuck. Go check him out on Twitter. See if he's blocked you. And let me know in the comments below if he's blocked you and what you said to get blocked. Some of you may have even said nothing and already been blocked. Maybe you were just talking about him and he saw that and he didn't like it, and so he decided to block you. So let me know in the comments below, guys, and have a great weekend. And as always, God bless.